typical format is two directors ask each other questions, which makes sense because they don't work together. For us, I think we just chit chat.
It's going to be awkward. Okay, let's see.
It'll be fine.
We'll get into it. Maybe after the first 5 minutes or so, we'll get into it. I think.
Anecdotes. You have to remember anecdotes. So, DK,
Yeah.
how does it feel to ditch Amazon and come to Netflix?
Serious? I don't think we've ditched Amazon, right?
No, I'm kidding.
Like,
how does it
it's
feel
like
to do the first Netflix series?
No, I'm super excited, right? I mean, it's. Why
Only
not?
you are excited. I'm excited too.
I think it's pretty cool that we are making a first show for Netflix. Remember the first time Monica and Tanya came?
Yeah, we met in a
And,
banquet hall where
While we were promoting a show, I think Family Man 2 or
we were
something.
shooting, right?
No, we were promoting something. We were promoting Family Man 2 or 1 maybe. It was that far back, I think.
Yeah.
Family Man 1, yeah, that far back for Amazon. And they were like, let's do something together.
No, we wanted to go back to where we were from originally, right?
Yeah.
Like from small town where we were, seeing all these characters, and we knew that this was going to resonate for the rest of the India, to the rest of the India, and
I know. I mean, our small town is the same as any other small town anywhere in India. That's what
that's
we
what
learned.
we saw in
from-
Stree also.
Yeah, that's what we learned from Stree. It doesn't matter if you're in Madhya Pradesh or in Andhra Pradesh or in Tamil Nadu or in, I don't know, Rajasthan. I think the core people are the same, only the language changes.
Right.
Yeah.
I do distinctly remember Monica not being so excited about this idea.
Yeah?
They were like, oh, it's good, but I could see that they were not like quite kicked about it. They thought if you guys are coming over, we want something big and cool and all. But I knew in our heads that it's going to develop into something else. But because they only heard that first bit of it, especially
Yeah.
about the kids. So they were like, it's nice. And they kept pushing for another idea, I think. And we stuck to this one.
Yeah.
And I think it was an exciting idea, especially Suman and I were talking during morning walks. I used to call him and talk, and we always thought we should make a movie about ninth grade specifically, because 9th to 10th was a big jump, but that wasn't, of course, there was just more of a smaller idea. But that is what I think the impetus to say that let's go this direction. But that wasn't enough, of course. That's why even Monica and Tanya were like, can we do something more?
That was meant to be like a sweet first love, first kiss,
Correct.
first romance,
Yeah.
kind of first heartbreak kind of a story. But I think we always knew, right, somewhere there, we knew that we needed a larger canvas to put these kids in.
Mhm.
And the idea was always to bring in
Yeah.
an adult theme like crime.
We knew it was going to develop into this world that is quirky and
Yeah.
crazy. And
Yeah.
the best part about Guns Gulaabs for us, for me, is that we were free from all the shackles, like in terms of how would I put it? For example, the Family Man. It's a serious subject, but we also had a lot of levity in it. But it doesn't go too far. We can't force humor. We cannot be cinematic about
You cannot
it.
be light about it.
Light about it, and we don't want to be cinematic either. We want to be very grounded, right?
Yeah, very realistic. It has to be realistic. It cannot feel cinematic. Whereas Guns and Gulaabs, we knew off the bat that this is going to be that pulpy, like late 80s, early 90s cinema.
Yeah.
That you embrace it. Everything's a little larger than life, right? From the format and everything.
We went with anamorphics, right, and the widescreen. We didn't want to shy away from background score, so we actually have fanfare music, right? Every time somebody
loud.
enters.
Not just loud, but exhilarating, uplifting, obvious background
Yeah.
score going ta-da-dan, and people come, especially for Atmaram and all those
Because we're going to
things.
say tudum.
And Tudum, yeah, Tudum is what they put in at the end, I think.
Yeah. No, but the fanfare, the flair,
Yeah.
people being cinematic a bit, right, with the long hair,
Yeah.
the chart cut Atmaram, and the whole, the romance, music, even the music, everything. I think we went a little. What's the opposite of subtle?
Opposite of subtle, yeah. Unsubtle.
Unsubtle, not loud, but unsubtle.
Not loud, yeah. No, I don't think we'll ever go loud. I don't think
Yeah.
we have it in us to go loud. If you go loud, also, it is a calculated,
We even
aesthetically placed loud.
correct. In other words, we even have cheesy lines about love and zindagi and all that, but that's deliberately placed. Like I was always calling it like crafted cheese. It's not just cheese, it's crafted
It's
cheese.
crafted cheese, calculated, crafted, aesthetically placed cheese. I remember one day, like there was one news article, I think Suman only sent it and spoke about opium, how India is big on opium trade.
Yeah.
So the advantage,
We
beauty
needed,
that
we
brought,
needed a backdrop,
Yeah.
right? And then the Suman's idea about opium didn't make it a drug warfare. We didn't want
yeah,
to
you
make it
see,
a drug
the
warfare.
thing is, all these the people in the opium industry are at the heart of it farmers.
Correct.
Right
So it
now
was
they are
more-
farmers turned gangsters in a village. So they are not mafia dons. They are not.
But farmers are not turning gangsters either, right? I'm saying
Right.
farmers are there, but they're part of a gang
Right,
war,
right.
I guess.
Yes, but still, it's part of it. And even the cartels, everybody, they know they're relying on the farmers. Their business is relying on farmers. It's about cultivation and
Right,
farming.
right. It's more of a
Yeah.
It's a process that we
Yeah,
went
as
on.
opposed to say smuggling or making weapons or killing people. You know.
Basically, we wanted the innocence intact in
Correct.
all the characters, because there is certain innocence and naivete in all of these guys, and
Yeah.
that's
So
what.
can we say even the bad guys
Yeah, I
in our
think
show
so.
are innocent, right?
Even
They're
us-
simple-minded. Even the bad guys in our show are simple-minded.
simple-minded is the
Yeah.
right word, and even Atmaram, I would even go up to even Ganchi.
Ganchi Senior, Ganchi Junior,
Everybody has that simplicity and innocence, and there's certain integrity in what they do.
And yeah, to put it in a nutshell, right? Even the bad guys are lovable.
Yeah.
Yeah, even the bad guys are lovable. The good guys are definitely lovable.
Yeah.
And
Sure.
so you kind of root for everybody in the show. You don't know who you want to kill.
True. True.
I don't know if we should name names, but yeah, for the role of Arjun, we did have a North Indian, like
Let's start
Punjab.
off with
Punjabi
let's start off
character.
with the first person who we thought of for Guns and Gulaabs.
Rajkummar, right?
Yeah.
Yeah,
We were-
Rajkummar for the role of Tipu was a
Was a given,
no-brainer,
right? Was a given, and that was kind of fixed
Yeah,
because we knew what he could deliver. This was the second time we were working with him.
yeah,
We knew what we could do in Stree with him,
yeah.
and I always told Raj that I somehow find you funny. Funny is the wrong word, but I used it saying I somehow find you funny even in your serious roles.
Yeah.
What I think I meant was there's a certain excitement when you watch him, even as like a devilish character, even in the most serious character. There's certain something that makes you smile, I guess, because it makes it exciting. There are few actors that are very exciting to watch.
Yeah.
There are competent actors, great actors, good actors, and there are some that are exciting.
Yeah. See, most actors, like if you think there's a competent actor, there are a lot of actors who do what needs to be done. They
Right.
do a good job. When you watch it, you said, oh, he was perfect for the role, he did a good job for the role. And then there are some actors who bring an extra dimension beyond what's in the script, right? I can say that very easily about how Manoj did in Family Man.
Mhm.
I mean, even Shahid and Vijay Sethupathi did that in Farzi. And now I can say Rajkummar has also done that in Stree, and I could see that happening
See,
even
they,
here.
they also the idea with Raj is that you put him in I at least for me, put him in a role with humor, comedy in it. You know that he can take it from there. You know he can take whatever is written on the pages and go from there. So Raj was
Yeah, and he
fixed.
also has a very good grip on his character, right? I remember this, like that day I was directing him, I think you were down with COVID, if I can say that. That day, there's one scene where he meets Ganchi Jr. And the scene was we had written the scene in such a way that we wrote it in a way where it's gonna play out. It's gonna be him explaining why he wants to join the gang and everything. Except the way he played out, he actually brought in just the right amount of emotion into it. It wasn't calculated. It was not planned. I wasn't expecting it, but he brought it into it. And as soon as the take was done, I went and told Raj, listen, this is not what I was expecting, but this is very good. So I don't want to change this. And I remember as soon as that was done, I came back and I called you, and all of us, what we did was we started rewriting all the subsequent scenes
Yeah.
that follow in the
I
next
remember that.
episode
I
for the
remember
next
that.
couple of
Yeah.
couple of episodes. We rewrote all the subsequent scenes to fall in line with this level of emotion that he brought in,
Sure.
which
Yeah, we started tweaking it. I think that's
Yeah.
what we tend to do in our series too. We see how an actor is acting, performing a certain scene, because we have something in our mind, and then once they start performing in a certain way, I think we tend to take the ones we like, the traits we like, and start weaving it in the rest of the scenes. That's what.
Yeah, no, sometimes they do bring that extra, right? We think he's going to play it a certain way in the script, and suddenly it brings a little extra layer. And if you love it, you want to keep it. But that also means now you start tweaking all the scenes that
Yeah,
follow
yeah.
to fit into that, and it's always for the betterment of it. It's good that we're all sitting there and writing and directing and writing and directing, right?
Yeah.
That's the
Yeah.
advantage of being writers directors, I guess.
Uh,
Dulquer was a fun thing to cast, right?
Dulquer was an exciting idea for me.
Yeah, I think
Because
we kind of got it a little late in the game.
very
It
late
was-
in
we,
the
we
game.
hadn't planned for it
Yeah.
originally.
Yeah.
We had like a North Indian character written in, and we had approached an actor as well, who kind of had some dates issues.
We couldn't fit in. Dates didn't work out in the last minute, and then Dulquer was sweet enough to say, "I'll do it." We just had to do one phone call with him, explaining
Yeah,
the
yeah.
character to him. He didn't even know the story. He just jumped in, and
He
jumped
just
in.
wanted to do it. He just
Yeah, and we
wanted
were
to
on
do
the
it with us.
location.
Yeah.
We were on the location, almost ready to shoot.
Yeah.
And then
Shoot
we
starts
came
in,
in.
we called him, I'll tell you what specific, right? Our shoot was starting on Jan 9th. We spoke with him on Jan 4th. Because he was gone for the Christmas, New Year's vacation, we couldn't reach him late 20, the December 20 plus. So on Jan 4th, he was available. We got on a Zoom call and said, listen, we are starting shoot in a week.
Yeah.
I mean, we'll shoot other stuff, but you probably will join us in 2 weeks. And he was like, okay, that's a very short notice, but I'm in. Just tell me about my character. So he kind of hit the ground running. He was like,
Right.
so we were working with him and tweaking his character as he was shooting. He was also getting a grip on it. We were also getting a grip on how Dulquer is gonna
He
play
was the
it.
guy with no homework. Poor guy. Like there
Yeah.
was nothing for him to go off, but how well he did.
Yeah.
I mean, I think that's what we call director's actor, right? Like in terms of he really submitted and said, "Let's work together on this to
Yeah,
try
yeah,
and,
yeah. He was
try and
yeah.
feel his character."
He was
And
constantly
thankfully
asking
we
the
were
question
going-
that, okay, what's my next scene? Where am I going? Where am I
Yeah,
going?
what's
What am I doing?
what's my arc? What am I doing here?
Yeah.
And it's also a series. It's not like you can read it all overnight.
Yeah, it's
and
like
you know,
so many
imbibe it.
episodes.
Yeah. Adarsh is going to be a revelation to everybody.
Yeah.
I think they've seen only one side to him.
We don't even have to say much, I think.
I don't think we should say much. And
Yeah, the moment everybody.
we didn't even see anything of Adarsh. White Tiger. I just saw the
Yeah, I
trailer.
saw the film White Tiger. I was
Yeah.
blown away. He's very, very good in the film.
And I saw that hostel
Entirely different character, of course. But you know, when you see an actor in a role, you know
We just know his range.
He's capable of doing whatever else you throw at him. That's all you want to know. And he's also a method actor in that sense, more than everybody else. Is that he doesn't break character. Like the
Yeah,
entire
like he
month
sits
that
there.
we were sitting in Dehradun, like his chunk, we
Yeah.
were sitting and shooting. When I see him in the hotel, walking around, going to the gym, at lunch, at dinner, to me, I was still looking at. To me, it looked like I was looking at Ganchi Junior, minus the
Yeah, he was
minus the
always
costume, because his body language, the way he was talking, he was that. I asked him also one time, saying, "Are you not going to break character?" He said, "No, sir. I'm here for this month shooting this, so I'm going to stay in this character. Once I go back, I'll break character."
Yeah.
So that's how it's been. So it's a.
For the girl, we wanted someone very simple and kind of unknown. You know, kind of
bit raw also. I think we were looking for somebody,
Yeah, somebody
who was
real. Somebody looked
real and raw,
real,
as
real,
in not
like a real beautiful girl in a small town where everybody is after her in a way, I guess. But she's assured of herself. She knows what to do. People don't know what kind
She's
of person
ambitious.
she is. She's ambitious. They don't know what kind of person she is.
Yeah.
But they just see her as a pretty girl and they all go after her. We wanted somebody that people didn't know much about, so that it'll be nice to have the fresh casting. So TJ Banu fit very well and she did great. And the chemistry between Tipu and TJ Banu is what is to look out for. And
how she surprises, how her character surprises Tipu and the audience also as it unravels. Because for a regular small town girl who suddenly there is this one thing she'll say or one point she'll raise, and even Tipu is surprised, saying, "Why is she saying this?" And I'm sure the audience is also going to take that away from with them.
Yeah. Gulshan again was extremely hesitant. We had to pull him by the teeth.
It's a very special appearance, very.
But he
special
won't do
role.
it. He just didn't want to do. He didn't want to listen to the character because he said, I won't be able to say no. So I said, no, you have to do this. I can't think of any other person. You have to do it. So it took a lot of effort to.
It
pull
almost
him.
got cancelled also a couple of times because
Yeah.
suddenly there was.
I have those
shooting
messages.
suddenly there was a shooting conflicts, right? We were supposed to shoot in a month in that March and like Feb,
Yeah,
and suddenly that entire month is not available, and either we had option of recasting, or we were like, okay, you know what, let's cancel all the shoot in this month and put it in the next month.
So he's there, and of course Satish Kaushik ji, we had good fortune. Lucky that we
work with him.
And listen to all the stories that he had to say, and it was offshoot we had even greater time with him.
Like I remember all the anecdotes he would say about, like in the mid 90s when he was shooting all these films,
all his journey,
Rup Kirani and all these films.
We had such a good time talking to him, and he was just a sweetheart. He's a director, right? So he was always observing, asking questions. तुम लोग ऐसे करते हो and all that stuff. So I love the fact that he was always eager to learn like, and just interact more with another director. So there's always a directorial notes exchange. So I also used to ask him, how did you shoot those things? And so we used to compare notes.
Reminiscent of how we shot with Amol Palekarji in first scene. It's like director, actor. He's enjoying being an actor now.
And he's such a lovable guy that it was tough for us to make him cuss so much. And our cussing was supposed to be funny. The idea is that this lovable looking guy wanted to cuss. He's the only guy who cusses, I think, right? What's your process like? The day before shoot, what do you do? What goes through your mind?
The funny thing is how all the actors know, right? How we are able to do so many shows. But of course, we go into production always only on one show. When the other show is in post-production, when the first show is in post-production, now we start the production on the second show. Mm-hmm. So we are always either, splitting the time when we are, when we are making the show, we're directing the show, but in our evenings we are going and now checking the edits of the other show.
I think we're used to it now. I don't think we can do one process at a time. We were also writing 3-4 things at a time. All last decade, we've always been writing 3-4 things at a time.
I think compartmentalization has become a part of how we think anyway. Like we always okay, today in the first half I'm going to be focusing on this, and your mind is there, you're doing it.
You think we ever don't give 100% on the shoot?
I don't think so at all.
Yeah, because I think about it and see, like, I don't think we could have done any scene better, even if we were just focusing on nothing but that particular scene.
I always feel like everything we do that we could do better, but I think it comes in.
No, but I think that wrong answer for the right question. Wrong answer in the right context, I'm saying.
I'm just saying it's not because of that, right? I feel like what would happen is you would sit and you would shoot for 8 hours a day, and then you'd go and chill, and then you'll come back and shoot 8 hours a day, right? Well, what we tend to do is we give our 8 hours for this, and then there's still so many hours in the day. I think we kind of become workaholics. I think we need to address that.
Always workaholics. Do you like directing actors, or do you like setting up a shot?
I like both in a way, but
you have to pick one.
I said, no, I like setting up the shot. I like thinking of the shot, thinking of the scene, thinking of the edit, everything before the actors come, and then it's always good to let the actors surprise you, I think.
Okay.
Right? I mean, all the actors we worked with, nobody would want us to tell them how to do a scene.
Yeah.
Right?
I think you end up enacting the scene anyway to them.
Sometimes I think.
I think we're used to it.
But I tell them also, like be it Manoj or Raj or whoever, I tell them also, I'll do something and then I say, ignore how I'm doing it. Of course, you'll do better.
Yeah.
But there's a way to tell them. Right? Yeah.
People have been asking us these questions for the past 10-12 years as to how you work together. And I think by now, it's almost like we don't even want to say it because we do it anyway.
Yeah, we kind of know also, right? I kind of know what your answer is going to be to some things.
And also, exactly. And also, I don't even know what the process is anymore. It's so intermingled and jumbled up that I don't know who takes over, who does what.
I feel more than us getting in sync, I think not the challenge, the process has always been in bringing everybody else on set in sync, right? You want to get the DOP in sync.
I think that's what we tend to do. We'll be so in sync that we'll be running too fast ahead that we'll have to wait to brief everybody that this is what we're going to do.
The entire team, the DOP, the actors, everybody. So I think that's the bigger
so that's the biggest advantage of writing yourself, directing yourself and producing it, because you've just made all 3 decisions in a quick second between us.
Correct.
But others won't know what happened. So I think that's the thing to look out for.
I know.
It's always been
I
like
know. I remember. Sometimes we have something there, and then we look at it and we discuss, and we decide. Okay, so we start changing it, and we start telling people.
we would have changed it already, and we're going with it, and then people
And
will be
everybody's
what
like, wait a
happened
minute,
to the
we're
scene?
not doing this shot anymore. It's like, no, we do that. Then what happens to that? Oh, no, we do that. So by the time we explain to everybody,
I think
finally,
lately we tend to
No,
call
we have to also.
yeah. No, earlier we were just flying with it.
Yeah.
Always we just went off, and people were like, "What happened?
Yeah.
This is not the scene we're doing right now," and we changed the like. Remember this guy, Kamarkat? Kamarkat in Guns Gulaabs, Tipu's assistant. He was just brought in for a day or two as a local guy to fill in like a couple of scenes with like barely 3 dialogues. As he did it, we tried to pull him into the next scene. We changed the scene that he is the one who's going to read the letter.
Exactly. Yeah.
He wasn't. It wasn't even there in the script. So
even getting the motorcycles ready, like suddenly he started getting so many scenes because we love the character.
Yeah.
Same with the magician. The magician, he was supposed to be in that one scene, and he was doing so well. We loved him. So before you realize, it's sprinkled throughout the series, and it's becoming one of the important, say, secondary, if I can say.
I think the line production, they love us, right? Because we'll say, "Kadale, I want a monkey for
Yeah. See, now I think what we should do is we should explore all our creative freedom and
not express creatively there.
express it creatively and still make a movie. I mean, I don't think.
No, I think
I don't think we should follow anymore. I think we need to follow all the rules.
Yeah, we don't need to. That's
of
what
a
I think. We should
commercial
ignore all the
format.
restrictions and the trends
Yeah.
and everything that.
We just need to be conscious about trying not to make the biggest, most expensive film out there, because then you have to follow all the rules. I think that's one thing you should be conscious about. If you're conscious about the budget.
I thought Oppenheimer, they didn't follow any rules. They made the biggest.
Exactly.
It cost them so much.
Exactly.
And they didn't go for any
So
of
there
them.
you go. There you go. Nolan has shown us the way.
Did we think of any restrictions at all?
No, we didn't. But I think we were conscious about one thing, right? We were thinking, right, initial days, Family Man 1 days, we were thinking like around, suddenly there's no censorship, there's no restrictions, you can do whatever you want. But I think our natural instinct was not to jump and throw in nudity or gratuitous
I think
anything.
Our excitement was that now we don't have to restrict to a language.
Exactly.
Or one industry.
Exactly. Liberal smattering of Malayalam in the first season. And,
I still remember Amazon. I still remember somebody watching and saying the very first scene of The Family Man is in Malayalam, and then they had to actually start searching for the.
And I also remember some people, like in the team, also saying, "Do you want to consider, even though their Malayalis, changing the scene into Hindi, so that people don't start off the show watching a 3-minute scene in Malayalam?" But I think we were all very.
No, we were fine. I think we just saw a lot of freedom, an open ground to do whatever you want. So
we were like, they'll give us 3 minutes. If you're expecting them to give us 10 episodes,
they'll try and change the settings and find the subtitle, whatever original language. But I think they realized later that this is going to switch languages.
Thankfully, it's Manoj Bajpayee. Nobody will ever think Manoj Bajpayee will be in a Malayalam film. So
why is it important to create newer stories than give people what they want? Because what they want is what they saw last and loved. So why not give that in a better quality, if at all? Why even struggle to make newer kind of stories?
No, I mean, if you're talking about why not make a sequel versus making a new story, I feel audiences, right, even though they say we just want the next part of the same story, what they're not saying, but what they inherently want is they don't want the same story. Like they want the same emotion they felt in the first story. They want to see the same characters, yes. They want to see the same arcs. It's the same their journeys, yes. But if a season 2 or a season 3 felt the same as season 1, the surprise they felt or the unpredictability they felt in season 1 is lost here. So they're gonna come back and say, season 1 was better. They may not articulate it saying the season 1 had surprise and season 2 felt like more of the same. They not say it. But you have to bring that unpredictability and surprise in the subsequent season as well. That's the biggest challenge.
Yeah.
You give them what they want, what they're expecting to get, and yet somehow surprise them.
Yeah.
With the unpredictable nature of it. That's why
I think
tough.
they want also at the same time, I think they want it because they don't think they have a better option, or I don't think they think the filmmakers have it in them to do another good option.
I think
you got it once right.
I think they're giving like a lifeline, saying Give me a little more of this and I'll be happy.
You've done that well. Give me more of that. I don't know how well you're going to do the next one. So forget that bit. This was good. So give me more of that.
Yeah. But I honestly think if you actually give them exactly that, at the end of it, they're like, yeah. But could have been better. I think they will be eventually disappointed, I think.
I think that's what because we
that's the curse of the second season, correct?
Yeah. And we always thought we were audiences first.
Correct.
Audiences turn filmmakers. So we're still an audience. And I'm thinking, would I want to watch for a season 3 of my favorite series, or would I want to watch a brand new series that looks enticing?
Actually, the answer goes both ways. Some series you do want to watch the season 3, but
which one will you watch first?
If your season 3 starts feeling more or less like the same as season 2, that's when you lose interest. And if there is new surprises, new things to take away in season 3, then you're happy.
Yeah.
Right? Say for example, a Succession. You're happy watching the next season of Succession because it never feels like.
There is certain guarantee that people like.
Yeah.
There's the same thing when you go to a restaurant, right? Because they want to make sure that they're going to get good food. Yeah. Because that's why you tend to go back to where you ate before, or somebody is highly recommending it. Yeah. So that's the difference, I guess. So as a final question, where do you think you are as a filmmaker right now, and how satisfied are you with your films and your series? With
that's
our films
question.
and series.
See, I think I speak for us anyway.
You speak for yourself.
No, I speak for myself, but in the context of us. So, see, I think we're in a great place now. We're getting to tell the stories we want to tell, in the tonality we want to tell, rather than people asking us to say something how everybody else is telling us, which used to happen to us, right? Like 10, 15 years ago, people would be like, this is looking too different, and they were trying to bring us into how things were said. Now, I think if we go anywhere close to how things are happening, they are a little surprised. They're saying, that looks like what everybody else would do. What would you do, right? So I think people expect us to do it the way we do. So that's a great thing. But I don't think I'm ever satisfied at what we've done. I always feel like at the end of every day of shoot, at the end of every show, I always feel that this is good. Given that we put all the effort and this was the time and resources,
this is
but
good. I know it could be better.
Yeah. Can I ever say that this is the absolute best thing?
No. We think, okay, this is good, not bad. I know it can be far better, and I hope that nobody sees all the flaws we put in. That only we see. That people just see an unflawed product. That's what we just hope. I think complacency is what will kill.
Any creative
endeavor, for sure.
When we made Farzi, we wanted people to dissociate themselves from Family Man and like Farzi for what it is.
Right.
Not necessarily keep comparing, saying I liked it more than Family Man. It's kind of like Family Man better, kind of like Family Man worse. We didn't want that. We wanted them to look at it as one entity. Now for Guns Gulaabs, it's even more evident that you've seen Family Man, you've seen Farzi. Now this is an entirely new beast of its own. Watch it. Hopefully you like it for what it is, and probably not even think of comparing to what we've done before.
Yeah.
Correct?